What fueled the fires of war between Christian and Muslim kingdoms? The Crusades, a series of religious wars that spanned centuries, altered the course of history, shaping politics, culture, and relationships in ways we still feel today. But what were these wars really about, and what were their impacts? The Crusades began in 1095 when Pope Urban II called for a holy war to reclaim Jerusalem from Muslim control. His call inspired thousands across Europe to take up arms, promising them spiritual rewards and absolution for their sins in an effort to unite Christendom. This movement led to several crusades over nearly 200 years, each filled with fervor, conflict, and complex dynamics between East and West. The First Crusade commenced in 1096, with armies of knights and peasants journeying across Europe to reach Jerusalem. This medieval pilgrimage was brutal, marked by sieges such as the capture of Antioch and finally the liberation of Jerusalem in 1099. The Crusaders established several states in the Levant known as the Crusader states, which would later become focal points of conflict. The consequences of the Crusades extended far beyond the battlefield. They created a climate rich for cultural exchange. Returning Crusaders brought back new ideas, technologies, and goods, sparking the rise of trade routes and commerce across Europe. This sharing enriched European societies, leading to developments in fields like science, mathematics, and medicine, and laid the groundwork for the Renaissance. The Second Crusade, from 1147 to 1149, was launched to recapture territories that had fallen to Muslim forces. However, this campaign was a failure, most notably the siege of Damascus, where Crusaders faced strategic defeats. The failure of the Second Crusade marked a turning point, demonstrating that the crusading zeal was perhaps not as straightforward as many had hoped. During the Crusades, new military orders emerged, such as the Knights Templar and the Knights Hospitaller. These orders became significant in providing military resources and protection for pilgrims. They not only became formidable military forces, but also amassed tremendous wealth and influence, which would later face scrutiny and suppression back in Europe during the 1300s. Their rise exemplifies how the Crusades gave birth to new power structures within Europe that reshaped political landscapes dramatically. The Third Crusade, from 1189 to 1192, was perhaps the most famous, pitting legendary leaders against one another: King Richard, the Lionheart of England, and Salah ad-Din, also known as Saladin. While Richard achieved some victories, like the recapture of the coastal city of Acre, he ultimately failed to reclaim Jerusalem, leading to a truce in 1192. This treaty allowed Christians to access the city, but it remained under Muslim control. The Crusades had lasting impacts on European society, influencing art, literature, and architecture. They inspired chivalric literature and epic tales, reflecting ideals of bravery and devotion that still resonate today. Moreover, they changed perspectives on the East and the Muslim world, leading to a legacy of mistrust alongside curiosity, setting the stage for future relationships between these cultures. In summary, the Crusades were more than mere religious wars. They were monumental events that transformed Europe forever. As a catalyst for cultural exchange and a restructuring of power, the Crusades left an indelible mark on history and shaped the connections between religions and cultures. If you enjoyed this exploration of the Crusades and their impact on Europe, please like this video and subscribe for more fascinating historical insights. What aspect of the Crusades intrigues you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below and join us for our next discussion.